Welcome, dear students. So, are you ready? So, today I am going to speak. I will going to discuss on quadratic equations. Okay, so quadratic equations. Have you heard about it before? What is quadratic equations? Before that, we'll discuss what is difference between equation and inequation. That also we'll discuss. What is the difference between algebraic expression and equation? You have already studied in your, I think, starting eighth onwards, difference between algebraic equation and this expression. So expression is just some combination of some constants and variables. And especially if you're talking about polynomials, we have to see that there's some constant is there. Surely constant can be anything, any real number. But the variable The variables should be raised to the power only whole number. Then only it will be called polynomial. Okay. Like for example, x square plus 3x plus 2. Now this is a what? This is an algebraic expression. And I'm seeing that what is the variable here? Variable here is x. The power is 1. Here power is 2. Here power is 1. Okay. Now if I write equality sign and I let's say 0 and any number. Now this does not remain an expression. It becomes an equation. It becomes an equation. Now in your previous classes, especially in ninth classes, you heard about the term degree. What is degree? Degree is the basically what is degree? The highest power highest power raised to a variable in expression. Highest power raised to a variable in an expression, or you can say also an equation also. I think it's clear. Like for example, the last example we take x square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. What is the highest power here? Now x, this the one variable x is there, nothing, no power is there, it's not 0. It's not 0. People students sometimes get confused. No power is there, nothing is there, that means 0. No, its power is 1. 1. And x square here power is 2. So what is the highest power? Power is 2. Therefore, degree of the polynomial, especially degree of equation, is not a polynomial. Polynomial will become equation if we have equality sign. Degree is 2. Now we know that when degree is 2, what this equation is called? Quadratic equation. Yes, we thought it right. It's quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. Now you may wonder, okay, what if degree is 1? We did already in your starting of 8th onwards. It's called linear equation. When degree is 1, equation become degree linear equation. For example, x minus 3 is equal to 0. This is an equation. Degree, the highest power raised to the variable x is 1. So degree is 1. So therefore, this is an example of linear equation. Now, presently, we are discussing about quadratic equations. So, quadratic equations, mostly we are dealing with only one variable now. We can have more than one variables, but as of now, starting with one variable and power is 2, therefore it's quadratic equation. If the degree is 3, what will it be called? It will be called cubic equation. Anyway, okay. What is general form? What is general form of quadratic equation? What is general form of quadratic equation? General form of quadratic equation, you most like, for example, Any quadratic equation means that the the variable highest power is 2. So that means x square should always there. X square is can you can take any variable as t, y, v. So x square should always be there. Now x square should multiply some number that is called coefficient. So assuming it okay, let's say it's a. It can be any number. Plus it not necessary that some x should be there, but it can be written that also can be called as quadratic equations. So x term also there. And x is also multiplied by some number that is called coefficient of x. I'm just writing it to b plus any number can also be there. Any constant number, any constant can also be there, and that constant I'm calling it c. And if I write all the sum of these three terms equal to 0, it becomes general form of the quadratic equation. So where a, b, and c they are real numbers, they are real numbers. Okay, but is this condition? What is that condition? A can't be zero. Why, sir? Why A can't be zero? Just think about it, my dear student. If A becomes zero, this whole x, this ax square, because when you multiply any number with zero, basically if you multiply zero with any number, the whole term, however big it may be, it will become zero. So if A is zero, 0 into x square, it will become 0. So what will the remaining equation become? Bx plus c is equal to 0. Now, do you really think this is a quadratic equation? Do you really think that the highest power is 2? No. So it's important. It's very, very important that a should not be equal to 0. So, sir, tell me now, what if b becomes 0? Like, for example, x square plus 0x plus 2. 0 into x is 0, so x square plus 2 is equal to 0. So, sir, will I still call it as a quadratic equation? Let me write again. X square plus 0x plus 2 is equal to 0. Here we are assuming b as 0. So 0 into x is 0. So x square plus 2 is equal to 0. Now you may ask, sir, is it still a quadratic equation? I will say yes. Why? Because what is quadratic equation? It has equality sign? Yes. It has variable x or at least one variable? Yes. What is the highest power? So the highest power is 2. That means degree is 2. And degree is 2 means it's quadratic equation. I hope I am able to go and able to help you understand in a very deeper way. I want to clear the basics. Okay. That means we can't afford it to be 0, but we can't. So what if constant becomes 0? Let it be. Like x square plus x is equal to 0. Constant is 0. C is 0. So is it fine? Okay. Now in the polynomials, you have find the zeros of the polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial. Sir, what is zeros of polynomial? Zeros of the polynomial. Let's say I'm writing px is equal to x square plus 3x plus 2. What is zero of the polynomial, sir? Zero of the polynomial is that value of x, which if I put in this in place of x, the whole expression becomes zero. The result, the answer will become zero. In other words, the value of the polynomial becomes zero. So how many zeros can I have? Because it's a quadratic polynomial, because the degree is 2, so maximum at max we can have 2. So what if, sir, what if we have instead of quadratic polynomial, if you have quadratic equation? I'm taking again same example just to make you understand. X square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. What if, sir, if it become like this? So will it be maximum two zeros? Wait, my dear student, this is in this case they will not call it zeros. Yeah, concept will still remain same. What value of x I put so that whole answer becomes 0? Or in other words, if I say this is the boundary, you can say this is the boundary. This is called left hand side. This is called right hand side. Now, if left hand side becomes equal to right hand side, what if it is? Then we call it in technically it calls satisfy the equation. So for any value of x satisfying the equation. For any value of x, we put left hand side is become equal to right hand side, then we will call it if the equation is satisfied. So how many x is possible? And what will we still call it a zero only? No. It will not be called as zeros. We'll call it as roots. We'll call it as roots. So roots are those values of x which you put in the equation. Left hand side becomes equal to right hand side. So how many roots we can have? Like at max two only? No. In equation we can have, if degree is 2, we can have 2 roots. If degree is 1, we can have 1 root. If degree is 3, we can have 3 roots. If degree is 4, we have 4 roots. If degree is n, how many? We will have n roots. Sir, what are the nature of the roots? I'll take the same example. What is the nature of roots? So there's a formula called Sridharacharya's formula. We also call it as quadratic formula. What is quadratic formula? Formula is you have to find the value of x. So minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. What is this BAC, sir? This is general form. When you take from ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So if you compare, what is a? Coefficient of x square. So in this given equation, we have value coefficient of x square is 1. So that means a is 1. What is b? Coefficient of x, sir. So what is here x? B. So coefficient of x is 3 here. So it means b is 3 here. So what is the constant? And just make it sure it should be same standard form. On the right hand side, it should be 0. So what is constant c? C is here 2. Just put the values, we'll get the answer. Okay, we'll get the answer. Okay. So what will be called, sir, what are the nature roots? What will be the nature of the roots? Now, what is this D? D is a discriminant. Sir, is it any value to us? Yeah. In this, the value inside this root, we call it D only. D is equal to B square minus 4AC. What is B? B is the coefficient of X. A is coefficient of X square. C is constant. So if you put the values A, B, C, will get, you have three options. So what options? Either you will get 0. Yes, sir. Either the value will be less than 0, negative. Yes, sir. Either value will be greater than 0. Yes, sir. So if it is equal to 0, we'll have what? We'll have two equal real roots. We will have two equal real roots. And if the value is positive, that is we are still two real roots, but it will be not equal, they will be distinct. Distinct real roots. So what if sir d less than 0? That means inside the root there's some negative values happening. Or do you know any, like, do you know root 4 is equal to 2? Do you know what is root of minus 4? So I don't know. Alright, this inside root we cannot define. We don't know. We don't know. It doesn't mean that you don't know. Someone knows. No, no one knows. At least for real numbers, we can't find. In 11th class, we'll study the complex number. The whole science will be a totally different subject matter. Less than 0 means root value is not defined. So what will go? Will not get any real roots. So no real roots. So no real roots means imaginary roots. Imaginary roots means which does not exist only. It does not exist. So any number which does not exist, yeah, you already know it. What? Infinity. Like for example, when you start writing natural number, 1, 2, 3, go on, go on, go on, go on. Last we say infinity. Can you tell me, is infinity a number? So infinity is such a big number. Okay, I can feel it, some big number. Is it a number? So it's a big number. Why are you telling the same thing? So infinity does not actually not a number only. But just to say, okay. So, but inside the root, if there is a negative number, we cannot define. Cannot be defined. So no one has defined it till now. Some people were thinking. They were they were very curious. We will find it somewhere. Actually, you cannot define for real numbers. So mathematicians, they have invented new branch of mathematics only, complex numbers. For real number, outside a real number, we have complex number. Sir, complex? Everything will be complex? No, 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 no. Yeah, in one sense, it will become complex because they say that root minus 1 is equal to I. Hey, what is I? Yes. Like for example, sometimes before solving the question, we say let x is equal to 2 or let x is equal to this. So you have to assume that because we cannot define root minus 1, just assume that some another variable and they use that variable again and again so that they don't have to write root minus 1, root of minus 1 again. So I hope anything is clear. Last thing, what is difference between equation and equation? Equation and inequation. Equation means we have, we'll see, equality sign. Inequation means, sir, what is inequation? You have seen it. Like these signs, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to. Like for example, if I say x plus 3 is equal to 0, what does it mean? Basically, I'm looking for that value of x which I put on the left hand side. The right hand side also becomes 0. Basically, around left hand side, if I put x is equal to something, I got the answer is 0. Okay, and that answer is minus 3. If I put x is equal to minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 0, that means only value of x that exists is minus 3. But if, sir, if I use inequations or inequalities, like for example, x plus 3 greater than 0. So what does this mean? This means that I'm looking for that value of x which I put in this expression. The answer should always come greater than 0, even not equal to 0. Sir, can it come 0.1? Yeah. Can it come some 1, sir? Yes. Can it come, sir, 3000? Yes. So that means we can have a number of values. Why not? Sure. So this is greater than, this is less than. This is what is this greater than equal to, sir? Like for example, 3 is greater than 2. It's true? Yeah. 3 is greater than 2. Now 3 greater than equal to 2. So 3 is greater than 2 but not equal to 2. Wait. There is a or thing. You have to satisfy either the two things to be satisfied. Either it is equal to 2 or greater than the 2. Greater than the 2. Either of these two conditions are satisfied. We'll say true. So still it's true. 2 greater than equal to 2. Is it true? Yes. It is equal to now. True. Yes. 2 less than equal to 3. Yes, it's less than. True. So 2 less, but 2 greater than 3. That's already now. False only. So 2 greater than equal to 3. Neither equal, no neither greater. Again false. So I hope you understood the difference between inequations and equations. Okay. I hope the concept is clear. I'm able to convey the message. Thank you very much. It was nice interacting with you. Thank you so much.